The LinkedIn Workplace Learning Report 2024 has many diverse and some expected insights. For instance, the interest in AI. 4 out of 5 people want to learn AI as expected considering all the buzz about AI that we hear. Or that Gen Zs are 16% more interested in learning than other generations is again not surprising, considering that Gen Z's preference for learning skills and having more experiences rather than building a linear career. We delved deeper into the report to see the top trends in India, Australia, New Zealand, and Southeast Asia. Surprisingly, the top 5 L&D trends across all these regions are the same. The attached post has many other highlights. I'm going to pick 3 trends and discuss the implications and application for business and leaders to consider. The first one is a personal favorite of mine. LinkedIn has found that learners had 4 times greater engagement in the learning journey when they had set learning goals. We see this very often in all the clients that we work with globally. The secret sauce that we have found here is setting an appropriately challenging goal, not something so overwhelming that the participants and the employees do not start or give up midway, or something so simple and easy that they achieve it even if they're just going through the motion. And that's where the role of the manager or the mentor becomes very important in appropriately stretching and challenging the employees. The second trend from the report talks about how learning and development leads to an enhanced sense of connection and a shared purpose in the employees. This data point is extremely important, especially with hybrid and remote work. Leaders are struggling to build a sense of connection and shared purpose amongst the employees, and often they're taking the easy and expedient way of just calling everyone back to office. By the way, this finding is not just from the LinkedIn Workplace Trends Report. The social exchange theory, published way back in 1958 by George Homans, said that when an organization invests in the development of its employees, in exchange it creates a sense of obligation and loyalty from employees, leading to a stronger connection. There's a study published in 2017 in the Journal of Applied Psychology, and it says that when employees perceive that the organization is providing them opportunities to learn, they feel more valued and supported, thereby enhancing their satisfaction and commitment both to the organization. This is useful to remember when leaders ask you about the ROI of learning interventions next time. Which brings me to the third trend on the ROI of learning intervention. LinkedIn's Workplace Trend Report finds that organizations which rolled out these large upskilling programs, the kinds which is one size fits all, a few modules which hundreds and thousands of employees go through, even after 3 years of rolling it out, these organizations are struggling to measure the impact. The report says that even for other L&D interventions, companies are measuring the wrong metrics. For example, like a satisfaction score at the end of the program from participants, or the number of hours spent in learning. Both these numbers are not useful, and getting the metrics right is important. Some alternatives which some companies are looking at, the report says, is retention, number of new skills per employee, or how much the skill gap itself has reduced for the company. One recommendation of ours for business leaders here to consider is to help the employee and the manager define what the change on the job will look like after this learning program, and to see if that change has come about or what other support is needed. Business impact is a good metric for leaders and managers to define. The link to the report and more highlights are included in the post. It's now time to think about how we think about learning.